I'm now booking guests for our team meetings to bring you guys some really cool content. I found some awesome guests. So I actually have guests lined up for the next couple months. However, there was a miscommunication for this first guest in terms of the day of the week. She thought it was tomorrow. It was today. So she's not available today. So I'm going to bring her back next month. And I just want to tell you a little bit about her so you can kind of get excited about some of the stuff we're setting up. So her name is Jenny Pell. I don't know if anybody knows her. If you do, you can put in the chat box, but she's a permaculture. So she does a lot of things. She does like agroforestry and permaculture design, and she creates like all of these different kinds of designscapes for properties. And she does them for huge acreage, large forestry projects. And then she'll do them for, residential communities. And there's all these really cool terms of things that they do where they can create these little ecosystems, whether it's for like sustainability or for food. And I just found her so fascinating. She was introduced to me by an agent on Maui, who used to be an agent years ago that I worked with for a long time. And so I thought, man, this is so fascinating, and it's a different angle of real estate and something that not a lot of us spend much time paying attention to, and it's critically important. I mean, from a larger scale, if you look at it, from a macro level to a micro level, and it's something that I think is really cool for clients to be aware of as an option, and especially if you have somebody, which I know some of you work with people that and I not to pigeonhole or what's the word, like discriminate. A lot of the people may buy properties in certain areas. So like some of you work with high-end luxury upcountry, for example, haiku, kula, where they have more land and it's something maybe they're more aware of or they care about. And that's not to say you're not going to find somebody in Laniapoko that doesn't want it. Or, on the Big Island, same idea. But anyway, I've got her speaking. So just, I'll let you know in the next meeting if she's going to be attending the next meeting. I think she will. We have to confirm with her that she's available. And then I'll text you guys and let you know that we have her as a special guest. But her name is Jenny Pell, P-E-L-L. You can also look her up. And she also teaches some really cool classes around these topics. So as an agent, if you wanted to learn more about it, and I told her I wanted to create, she talked about this concept that has like these trees and all these plants around it. And it creates this, kind of food sustainable. It's almost like a mini outdoor greenhouse without the greenhouse. Food, what is that what it's called? A food forest?
It's a food forest.
Yeah,
and they are the Backyard Gardens project. Great.
So thank you, Michelle. Yeah, so those kinds of concepts are really cool. And they're things that you can do personally, or you can have your clients do, or it's just, I think the other thing is this agent that introduced me to her, she's very much into this, and she sells primarily in haiku. That's her market and her niche. And she, as a gift, as a closing gift, has a consultation. She purchases, I mean, if the client's interested, she will basically hire Jenny as a closing gift for a consultation to go, and she can create a design for the property or talk to the owner about it. So I thought that was like a really cool thing to do. So if you're interested in advance, you can look her up, but otherwise she will be a guest coming up. All right, let's go through our slides. So I pulled her stuff out, but we still do have a lot to cover, especially because we had end of the year. And so I wanted to cover some statistics with you and some other stuff. So Shelby, are you running this? We're figuring this out because Ray's not here with us today, and who's doing what. So thank you, Shelby, for pitching in. So I'm going to go through my notes and then I'm going to let you run the slides. Okay, team meeting. We got that part down. Let's go to mission moment. So let me see who we have on the call. Who would like to share? So somebody raise your hand, or and you can put this in the chat box too if you don't want to speak. I want to know, I'm curious how you're planning. So this is like when we talk about mission moment and things where we see usually within the company, something shows up that is in alignment with our culture and our mission, visions, values. And I'm curious, because we just had the new year, if anybody created some intentions around the new year, specifically in a way that you're planning to better the lives of the people around you, whether that's your family, your, your partners, your coworkers, your, fellow agents, your community? Is there anything that you have in terms of an intention that you've created for 2022? And you can put it in the chat box, and then somebody raise their hand, because I'd love to hear an intention that you created. And notice I'm not saying like, these are my goals. This is specifically around something that you're going to can do that is going to help contribute to the life of someone else or the lives of someone else. Self-care. Okay, so that contributes to you, which is great. So Michelle says self-care, 1 to 3 days a week, 1 to 3 day weekend per month.
It was 1 3-day weekend per
month. 1
month.
3-day weekend. Thank you. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you for clarifying. Okay, who else? Give me another one.
Every month.
Buy an electric wheelchair for my elderly uncle. Oh my gosh, that is so sweet, Lehu. I love that. And Teresa, volunteer at Maui Food Bank. Wonderful. And I did post, I think I posted on the Facebook page. Magdalena, thank you. The RAM PR committee is also looking for stories of people, of agents who contribute to the community through nonprofit organizations typically. So I did give them a couple of your names to contact that I know do things for the community. If you guys, though, you guys can also contact, I'm looking at her name. She's on the PR committee. Erin Clapper is the chair of the PR committee for the Realtors Association of Maui, and they're looking for stories to feature. So it's a great opportunity for you to get out there what you're doing and the nonprofit that you may support. So you can reach out to her or contact RAM, and they'll connect you with the PR committee. Mission Moment, continuing efforts to generate funds from our associates for KW Cares. Yes, Jonathan, working with students to look at college requirements for scholarships, high school students. Jill, that's awesome. Michelle. Oh, that's so great, you guys. I love this. Ah, what a good way to start the year. This is awesome. All right, thank you for participating in that. I appreciate it. Let's go on, Shelby, to the next. So birthdays. This is everybody who had a birthday in January. And I keep saying in these meetings that someday we're going to go back to having, monthly parties and having a meeting in person. And in fact, we had talked about starting that this year, that we would have hybrid team meetings and we would do this via Zoom and have some people in person at the office. And yet, I don't know about you, but every single day, at least 2 people text me that they have COVID. And now I'm just saying that if you haven't had it, you're not cool. That's my new script. So it's running, it's out there, it's wildfire. We're probably not going to be going back to in-person events or meetings immediately, although we do intend to at some point go back to our hybrid meetings. So we're just going to take a little pause here. I will talk to you about the party in a little bit as well, but happy birthday virtually to everybody who had a birthday. And hopefully, we still do our best to recognize you on our private Facebook group. And oftentimes I'll kind of reach out or text you guys when you have a birthday. So happy birthday. Happy January birthdays. All right. Next is bucket fill. So who would like to fill somebody's bucket who's either on the call or they don't have to be on the call? Something that somebody did for you that you want to recognize them for, or that you appreciate them for. So who's got a bucket?
I will.
Fill? Yes, Sasha.
I will. I love being here and so impressed with Chris. He is amazing. The more time I spend with him, the more impressed Chris Weaver, with him as a professional. It's just an honor to work with him. I'm super excited about what we're doing and about this project he's going to tell everybody about Friday. And so just want to shout out to the collaboration and synergy in working with Chris.
Oh, that's so great. Awesome. So Sasha, those of you who haven't met Sasha and Chris yet, so they are, new with our company in terms of their leadership roles. And so we're working together in the team leader capacity. So they're assistant team leaders as far as with you guys and supporting you and the agents. And then they're working on a lot of projects. And the goal will be that they will be, you know, we're working towards transitioning them into co-team leaders, which I'm really excited about. And so they're reaching out to a lot of you guys. You're meeting them. I want them to build relationships with you, get to know you, help you with your goals. And they're just here to support the team. And so they have great ideas and they're creating all of these new initiatives and we're really excited. And I'm very happy to have you too. So awesome, Sasha. Thank you. Who else has a bucket fill?
I'd like to do one, Lisa. Hi, Joyce.
Joyce, yes.
Actually, it's to Sasha, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, but on, you know, Christmas Eve day when we got the bomb about being exposed, and I had 2 champagne hams in the oven, she was constantly texting and calling me, and because she found a place that could do a PCR test. And so I'm scrambling around Kahului to 4 different places, and then I shoot out to Wailea. And if it wasn't for Sasha, you know, it would have been me and a lot of ham. So it's just that teamwork that, you know, I don't know if that, you know, we're there for each other, whether it's real estate or life. And it took that networking and ability to communicate and share on a different level that, you know, really saved the day for me. So mahalo.
Nice.
Thank
Oh,
you, Joyce.
yay.
Thank you,
Lisa,
Sharon. Yes, Jill.
I'd like to honor and bring Susan Brado into the forefront because I really am appreciating her ability to, she's helping with the marketing and she's just stepping in and creating systems that really work. So if any of you on the Big Island need her support, she's just amazing. And on a personal note, and Susan, forgive me if I overstep here, but I know you just lost your dad and I just want to, you know, express to you that if you need anything, please let us know, let me know. You know, we become, when we lose somebody we love, you know, take the time you need just to feel the feel and do what you need to take care of yourself. And that includes reaching out occasionally. So yeah, big hugs to you.
Thank you, Jill. And yes, Susan is wonderful. And please do let us know if you need anything. Jonathan.
Thank you.
Let's see. I've got a few bucket fills. I also want to send a shout out to Sasha. Just, you know, she's had so much enthusiasm since kind of participating and joining in. She's led or partially led some of the Zillow calls, and she's just been really helpful and had such a great spirit. So I just want to acknowledge that. I also wanted to send gratitude to Michelle Del Rosario. We were kind of dealing with a tricky transaction, and I just feel like she embodied the win-win situation. You know, like it was complicated and, you know, it took a lot of thought to figure out how to navigate it, and she helped you know, work something out, and it's been a good thing. So I wanted to acknowledge that. And lastly, I just wanted to fill the bucket of Latasha, because I wasn't even able to do it, but just knowing that she was in the offices giving out hot chocolate around the holidays, I just think she's always putting her creative mind and energy to better the associates and doing cool things. So I just wanted to fill her bucket.
Awesome. Thank you, Jonathan. Yeah, a lot of people start when they're talking about Michelle, they start the conversation with, well, we were dealing with a difficult situation or whatever it is, because she just unfortunately gets to do that all day, but she's so good at it.
Oh, wait, I want to squeeze in one with Latasha. She helped. Latasha, you did do it. The Kaupo listing was in a weird location, not even, it was more like by Kanaio. And after a lot of back and forth, she got it where it belongs. So mahalo to you for that.
Awesome. All right, you guys, thank you for participating in that. That's great. And for sharing your appreciation. That goes a long way. All right, cappers. So let's celebrate some of the folks who have capped since our last meeting. Patrick Wedge capped. So congratulations to Patrick, who's with Sarah Fox and Associates. And congratulations to Kay Berland, who is with Team Kaikoa. And Bruce K. Cueva capped, which I was so excited about because I mean, it's wonderful when everybody caps. Don't get me wrong. I'm so excited and I love it. And Bruce in particular, because his market, I mean, Hilo, those of you who are on the Big Island where you're selling properties where your average price point is significantly lower than everybody, a lot of other people in the company. I mean, you've got to do more transactions. And this kind of goes for Bruce to be able to get to cap. Now your cap is adjusted in Hilo to make up for some of that. But man, this guy has been working his butt off, his tail off. And I'm just so proud of him and so excited for him. So congratulations to Bruce. I don't know if he's on. And then congratulations to Rochelle and Kaylee Ebet, the Homes and Chocolate team, for capping, which they are very consistent in, and they're so great with their business, which continues to grow. Congratulations to Kevin Space, Vacation Maui team, for capping. Congratulations to some first transactions that we saw too. So Mick St. John had his first transaction and closed that. So congratulations to Mick. And congratulations to Ethan Shelton, who also had his first closed transaction, which if you guys remember, who remembers, type yes in the chat box. Those of you who've been in business a while, well, anybody, their first transaction that they closed and how significant that was for them, right? For you guys, it's kind of like when you officially become a real estate agent. You get your license, you start doing this stuff and you're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? And am I going to close something? And is it worth it? And then you do, and you're like, yes, it's totally worth it. Now I'm actually legit and I'm committed. So that's a good feeling. So we want to support them in that. Okay. We want to also welcome and recognize the folks who have joined us since our last meeting. So welcome to Alan, Zora, Dan, Anastasia, Catherine, Dennis, and Julie, who are a team, but they're separate on the sheet. Joshua, Bruno, Courtney, Kalista, Patricia, Julie, and Amy. So welcome, you guys. Very happy to have you in the Maui group and Big Island. So we have Maui and Big Island. And then our growth partners, these are people in our ecosystem with Keller Williams Realty Maui and Big Island who have introduced us to agents that have come on board with the company. So as you know, when you come on board, you select a sponsor. So these are people that have sponsored agents and are also building, it's a win-win. They're helping an agent with their career and they're also building their profit share. And so Anna, Tyler, Dylan, Teresa, Leah, Keone, Tammy, and Sam, congratulations to you guys for building your profit share and for helping other people. Okay, let's talk a little bit about statistics since we've gone through December. We did our year-to-date numbers, and then for December, I wanted to kind of show you where we're at and how we're starting the year. This year, so month over month, so this would be from January, or no, these stats are from December, right, Shelby? Are these were pulled from end of the year from December? I just want to make sure. We're talking about December, end of year, right?
He had to step away, so I can't confirm that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know that I reviewed the local numbers for end of year, and I just want to make sure, but I would guess because these are January, we wouldn't have the numbers obviously for January yet. So this is going to be month over month from December and then year to date from December. So closed units. So we're still seeing the upward trend in many categories. And this is nationally. So this is Keller Williams Realty International, which is basically looks at the US. We don't, well, it's the US and Canada, I believe, but we don't look at all the other international stats. So this gives us a good idea of what we're seeing in the rest of the country. And it's a good snapshot because we're the largest real estate company. So our stats are a good indicator of what's happening in general, even though we sell more real estate than other companies, it's a good cross section. So you can see where we have, we're up in every lore category, meaning the language of real estate category, and the most important numbers for us to track. And you see closed volume, which makes sense, is a pretty high number because our price points are higher and we saw a large increase in pricing last year. And then contracts written volume is how many offers you guys are writing or the agents are writing. And that doesn't necessarily mean, so contracts written is the number of unit offers, and contracts written volume is the volume of what the offers are that you guys are presenting, which that makes sense that would be high too. And with inventory low, we're seeing a lot of multiple offer situations still. And then the closed GCI is up 27.3%, which is pretty great, because I mean, that just basically shows that agents are making in general 27% more money, which is also super cool, which I know a lot of you experienced in 2021. And so you have to pay attention that some of that is attributed to the rising prices and not get complacent with that, because you also want to have success when the market shifts again and you're, you know, that pricing may come down or interest rates go up. And, you know, you can't rely on, if you're used to certain income based on that, you're going to have to continue to increase your units to make up for that income. Okay, let's talk about our region for Northern California and Hawaii. So overall, the numbers are a little bit higher in our region than they are in the rest of the country, which is not uncommon. That's also because Northern California and Hawaii in general, again, you have more luxury properties, higher price points. So some of these categories are affected by that. Although the closed units is good that we're up, because that often in the rest of the country, you see a higher number of closed units because their price points are lower. So that's pretty strong in our region of Northern California, Hawaii. So that's good. And hopefully that trend will continue for a while longer. And now if you look at our local numbers, so this would be for our offices, Keller Williams, Realty Maui, and Big Island. And we always want to look at how we're doing in terms of pacing the rest of the industry. So we look at national, we look at regional, and now we're going to look at local. So go ahead and let's change slides, please. Thank you. All right, so check out these numbers, you guys. This is pretty awesome. This is what you did. So we're comparing the same categories, and look how high. I mean, we're talking about over 100% increases in closed volume, sold volume, written volume, which makes sense because our pricing is higher, but that's a really big increase. Listings sold is also up 108%. So we're up in every category. This is also good. And by the way, this isn't always the case year after year. So those of you who've gotten your real estate license in the last year to 2 years, granted, it's been a bizarre journey for you. And it's a weird time to kind of be born in real estate with everything that's been going on with COVID. And also you're seeing these insane increases in trends and in stats. So again, you want to just make sure that you're prepared for the market's cycles and for the longevity of your business. Okay, then I also wanted to give you the end of the year totals. So this is where I looked at our multi-year trends report from what we did all last year as a company, which was pretty insanely impressive. It's definitely by far, like for a lot of you, it was your best year. So as a company, it was our best year ever. We closed 1,588 units. And keep in mind, so Maui, just when we started this office 6 years ago, we're going into our 7th year, on Maui alone, and then Big Island was similar. They were pretty comparable. We only closed about 3,000, maybe a little over 3,000 units on this island. And now we're seeing, now that number had gone crazy and increased over the last 2 years. We as a company closed 1,588 units, which is a lot for one company. It's great, you guys. So congratulations on that. We also closed $1.46 billion. You guys closed $1.46 billion in sales. Awesome job. 700. Okay, so these numbers are a little weird. I have to see why there's a discrepancy. I think it's because some people don't input when they take a listing every time. But we have listings taken 735. The taken volume was 856 million. So we separate listings taken, listings sold 769. Listings sold volume was 45.6 million. Contracts written. So on the buy side, you guys wrote 1,699 contracts. And then written volume was 597.4 million. And then your closed GCI was 36.8 million. That's what you guys earned in GCI. So that's pretty awesome. And that also shows you the potential for what's available in the market. And that doesn't include what other brokerages closed that we weren't part of on the transaction. So there's definitely enough market share out there for everybody to capture. And then profit share, which I'm super proud of. We shared in 2021 back to you guys 476,210. That put us, we ended the year, and we've been in the top 10. Certain months for us are really good because of our high season being different from the rest of the country. So in KWRI, sometimes we get into the top 10 of the entire company. And we did actually end the year at number 30. We were number 30 in the entire country as an office out of 850 offices in the US. So that's really good. Congratulations. It puts us in the top 3.5% of the country. So you guys are awesome. And then this I shared on Facebook, and I think I sent this in an email to you as well. So you guys can use this if you want in your marketing and your listing presentations. We did this a few years ago as well, and people used it in their listing presentations. So maybe can we make sure, Latasha or Shelby, that this gets uploaded into the intranet? Jamie can send it to you as a PDF. But basically, this is, 6-year anniversary. We just ended our 6th year. We're going into year 7, as I mentioned, and we've sold as a company over $3.9 billion. And you guys have earned over 98 million in GCI. We have over 320 awesome associates between Maui and the Big Island. We've shared 1.2 million in profit share, and we've closed over 5,100 transactions. So give yourselves a round of applause. Make a little emoji on what a phenomenal job that you guys have done. So keep rocking it. Let us know what you need. And that said, we do celebrate. I mentioned this in one of the company huddles recently, and I know Jonathan Udis is on the call. If you're not closing a lot of business right now, or you're newer, or you're in a rut, or something's going on in your world and that's creating challenges for you, I want you to know that we are here to support you as well. And if you need help and support, not everybody is having the best year of their lives or had the best year of their lives. I get that. So we do want to support you and help you. We have the ability to do that typically. So you can reach out. And I know I mentioned Jonathan because we had talked about this in the Agent Leadership Council meeting, which we have another one today, to schedule a time where we say, hey, everybody, if you need additional help and support, we're going to do basically a group with you, a mastermind, a workshop, whatever you want to call it. So look out for that. That will get on the calendar. So I do want to recognize that I know sometimes people see this and they go, well, this isn't me, and why isn't this me, and what's wrong with me, and what am I doing wrong? So just know that we can help you get where you want to go, and we're here for you. So you're not alone. Don't fret. Okay. KW Cares. Thank you again, Jonathan, for promoting this and taking it more to the forefront of our associates' mind, everybody in the company. We did contribute in December another $833 to KW Cares. So for last year, 9,164 was contributed. I know we can thank you to everybody who contributed. And I think there's probably opportunity for us to continue to grow that and do more. All right, let's go through some awards from December. So congratulations to those who had our highest closed volume in December. As an individual agent was Dean Otto. Team was Pono, Maui, Hawaii, Jim and Michelle. And then Sarah Fox and Associates as a group, 9.594 million. So congratulations on an incredible month in December. Those are phenomenal numbers. And then our top individuals for December for closed volume, listing sold volume, and GCI was Dean. Closed units, Gina. Van, listings taken volume and written volume, and then Katie, listings taken units, written units, and listings sold units. So great work, you guys. Top teams, Homes and Chocolate, closed units, written volume, and listings taken units. So Kaylee and Rochelle, way to go. Blue Marlin, listing sold volume, listing sold units, and listing taken units. That's Derek and Elizabeth. So congratulations to you guys. And then Pono Maui, Hawaii, GCI, closed volume, listings taken volume, and listings taken units. Yes. All right. Hot topics. So a couple things I wanted to bring to your attention and make sure that you guys kind of got the memo on. One is, as you know, those of you who had RSVP'd and were planning on partying on Friday, we did postpone our big party on Maui and with our awards. However, we are still going to do it, and we're still going to be giving awards out. And these awards include all sorts of awards, not just production awards. Some of them are like really fun, silly awards. And so we're looking forward to doing this. What we've done is, and honestly, it's probably a good thing that we did postpone that, because there were people on Friday that we were notified that had come down with COVID that would have been at the party. So you're welcome. So what we're going to do is we're moving the venue, because we had it set in an indoor venue, which is one of the reasons that we decided that probably wasn't a good idea to put it on. So now we're moving it to a venue that we had done another event, which I loved. And so Latasha kind of made her connections there, and we are going to be doing it at Maui Brewing Company. And the new date, which we'll send out to you, I don't know if we sent out a save the date yet. I don't think it went out yet, because we just confirmed this last week, is March 18th. So mark that in your calendars. And those of you who are on the Big Island, you're welcome to come over if you want. It's totally up to you. You're invited. And then I know you had your own holiday party over there already. That was specifically for the holiday. But that's going to be March 18th, Maui Brewing Company. You'll get the information and invitation. And that way we could theoretically do it kind of no matter what, almost, because it's outdoors. So it's definitely a lot of kind of a safer environment. And you might get a survey around that too. I'm not sure if we're sending something out to you, but just a heads up there. Okay, so party. I mentioned upcoming speakers. So I talked about Jenny Pell, a couple other speakers that I have coming up that I'm really excited about. One, her name is Robin Bartlett, and she is a coach with MAPS, which is Mega Achievement Productivity Systems. And so she's going to be sharing some really cool content from you. These are coaches that coach the top agents, a lot of the top agents in the company, in the country. So she's going to share with you what they're doing, some value, what they have coming up that you might be interested in benefiting from. They do a lot of group kind of things that are very topic specific. So she's going to share that with us. And then Vendi Rios is a gal that works with a company that I think is amazing called Philanthro Investors. And one of their divisions is called Equity and Health. And what they do, this is kind of on the wealth building topic. So we have a wealth building group. And one of the things we work on is helping you guys to be able to wealth build. Somebody mute Jonathan Udis, please. I don't have the ability to do that. He's doing something. So anyway, Philanthro Investors and Equity and Health, what they do is it allows you the opportunity to do basically private lending if you want. If you guys have money and you're looking to invest it, obviously buying real estate is a great idea, and you might want to diversify. So you can actually be a lender, and you can loan money to somebody who might not qualify to get financing today, although they're great candidates. They just might have an issue with their credit that they have to fix. So it actually helps people to get into homes. That's what you're doing. And you can earn anywhere from 8 to 12% per year in interest on your money. So I am going to have her as a guest to talk about that opportunity in case you guys are interested in doing that. I personally have an account with them, and I've talked to people. The gal that introduced me to them has about 28 private loans. Basically, I say 28 properties because they're tied to a home. And she's stoked, she's killing it. I vetted the company. I mean, don't take my word for it. Do your own due diligence. I'm just telling you, that's one of the guests that we have coming up. Okay. And now I want Chris to talk about, so then I asked Chris, where Chris came up with this awesome idea. Actually, it was an idea that he got from what other offices are doing around the country. And it's a way to help our agents build profit share and to help grow the company with the agents that we want to work with. So it is a reverse bold 100 model. And so, Chris, do you want to talk a little bit about what we're doing so the agents can know in case anybody from another company asks them, and then they can share it to build their profit share? Where'd he go? Oh, okay, shoot. All right. So he sent me a message that he had to jump on a meeting in Honolulu because that's where he is. So Latasha, do you have it's an old graphic, the one that we had sent. I had him customize it, but do you have that graphic for the contest that we can pull up?
I have it. So if Chloe can stop share, then I could share, or I can just put it in the chat,
Okay.
whatever you prefer. Oh,
yeah.
awesome. Okay.
Yeah, Chloe, if you can get Latasha to share. So this was an idea. I kind of wanted him to talk about it because he was the one that had the conversation with his coach about it, but he pitched it to us and it was a great idea. So what we're doing is we created a contest, and the idea is for you guys to be able to share with agents outside the company. So say you worked on a deal with somebody and you think that person would be a great fit for KW and you want to help them and you want to build your profit share, you can have them call. We're doing this, basically it's like a call center tomorrow. So Friday, some of the leadership is going to be available to answer phones, and we're doing a giveaway. So the idea is we do a giveaway. Somebody can win like an Apple bundle, and they call in and we have conversations with these agents. And then ultimately somebody might join the company based on the conversations that we have. We kind of do a needs analysis. We ask them how their business is going. We set up appointments to do consultations with them. And it's a way to basically talk to, it's like what you would do if it's actually a really good idea for you to do this in your business to generate more clients. And some agents have done this. I know that Ricky O'Neill in California, they give away like Pelotons, and they do these giveaways like quarterly or semi-annually. And what they do is they basically post these things on social media, and they have a contest. So imagine you're doing this with your own business. So say you're doing a Peloton giveaway. You say, okay, somebody's going to win a Peloton. So you're going to invest whatever it costs to buy a Peloton. I don't know what that is. How much is that? Is that like $5,000 or something? I don't know. $3,000, $2,000, $10,000. Does anybody know what a Peloton costs? $2,000. Okay. So you buy a Peloton for $2,000. So that's basically your marketing budget. You're saying, this is what I'm spending money on. You are going to do ads in social media, which you can do very cheaply through KW with Facebook and Google. And you say, okay, we're going to give away a Peloton. You got to call into this number on this day and you can win it. Well, you're going to get a lot of people that are going to call in that may not be in your database yet, or you haven't had a conversation with. And then you gather, it's a lead capture tool for you to be able to get business. And you have to follow contest rules and legal stuff. But imagine how much your database can grow if you did a giveaway like that. So this is kind of what we're doing. And part of this is also Sasha and Chris are getting to know a lot of the agents in the community. Sasha knows some already because she sold 9 million last year in her first year on Maui, whatever. Anyway, so this is what it looks like, except I had them take off. I just had them edit it. So Chris was getting the new graphic. They're not actually going to have our logos on it because I don't want it to look like it's an internal thing. I want all agents to know they can call in. So if they're a licensed agent, they can call in this number. You'll be able to share this graphic. So Latasha, can you follow up with Chris today? He's supposed to send us a new graphic so we can send it out to the agents. You can text it to people, you can email it to people and say call to win. Now you may say, well, what about me? Do I get to have a prize? And what I'm going to say to you is your prize is to help other people introduce them to the company so you can build your profit share. And yes, I will do some kind of a contest for internally for you guys too. It's probably not going to be an Apple bundle, but you'll win something. So you can, so we just want you to take advantage of this opportunity to tell people to call in. And so you can say to somebody you do a deal with, hey, they're doing a contest, you can qualify, you can win it, call this number, tell them I told you to call. Okay, so any questions? It's kind of a weird thing, although it was something that Aubrey Bailey, who's Chris's coach, introduced that other offices have done, and they love it. It's fun, and it's a fun, cool way to build the database of the market center with agents that we might want to be in business with, and it's a good vehicle for you. Any questions about that? All right, sweet. Let's go back to our slides. Okay, last hot topic I wanted to cover is I did get an email this morning, and I wanted to make sure that you guys got it. I don't know if you saw it yet. It was from the luxury division of KW, and there was some cool information in there. One of the things that was in there was, what we just did about the statistics, which is the language of real estate. They have that specifically for the luxury market. So it's good information. So the email that you got was called "What's New? The Latest Luxury Market Insight." So I'll put that in the chat box so you can search your email for it. You should have got it about 2 hours ago. And there's some great content in there for you. That's the name of the subject line. And it has in there, actually, let me, Chloe, share my screen, and then I'll just kind of show it to you guys real quick. Thank you. You might have to make me a co-host for a minute. Thank you. You're on it. I love it. Okay. So this is what it looks like. What's new, the latest luxury market insights. And it has some really cool content in here. So you can get a virtual, this is kind of a neat thing. And those of you who are luxury agents, I also think it's there's some good ideas in here of things that you can do where you can contact luxury and say, hey, I want to do this. Like an example would be, it says you're invited to the luxury spotlight. Get a virtual tour of Sun Valley, Idaho with these agents and discover how their local real estate market, how they lead their local real estate market. So if you're a luxury agent, contact luxury and say, hey, I want to promote, my listings on Maui. So, and this would be a really cool thing to check out to see what they're doing. I think this is a new thing. It's a luxury spotlight. So they're going to do it every month. The other is they are going to have a reception specific to luxury at family reunions. So if you're attending that, and if you're attending virtually, they'll probably have virtual breakouts, but this is a physical reception. So there was an RSVP in there as well. So make sure that you look at that if you're going and you're a luxury agent. And then this is what I was talking about, which is the language of real estate report. And this has all the statistics of luxury sales in the country and what we've done. So if you're a luxury agent and you're going on a listing presentation, you're going to want to pull some of these slides in this report, which is in KW Connect, by the way. That's where it takes you. And then of course the updated luxury magazine, which they do every month. So I wanted to bring that to your attention as a hot topic as well. Any questions about that?
Hey, Lisa, I have an ad in that luxury magazine.
Oh, sweet, Joyce. Good job. So look at Joyce's ad.
Be a buyer.
Where do we go? Where do we go to log in or to see that or to RSVP to the family reunion thing?
So Jonathan, there was an email that you received today called "What's New? The Latest Luxury Market Insights." If you don't have that email, you can go to KW Connect and go to the Luxury Hub, and you'll see the stuff that I mentioned to download. As far as RSVPing for the luxury event, if you didn't get that, you might have to just send them an email that says, hey, I need to register for this event. Can you send me that link? Because I don't think that is available on KW Connect. I'm not sure though. I didn't check.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, next. So we have today, I've also asked, this is something that I'm also very passionate about bringing to you guys because I am a product of this program, and it works. And it's a phenomenal program. So this is called, and Alan Aquina, the program is called OneOnOne Financial. I don't know who's heard of that. Put yes in the chat box if you've heard of OneOnOne Financial or that you've used it. So Alan Aquina is the owner of this company, which is now a large company. It was born in Hawaii, which he was as well. Now he lives in Utah, but he works with organizations all over the country, and he works with people to help offer this to their employees, or in a real estate company situation, their agents. And so I've asked him, this was actually introduced to me by another agent in our company. and to do this workshop. It's only an hour, and it introduces you to some of the concepts that they use in OneOnOne Financial, and it's some good content. And this is good for you personally, because I want you guys to personally benefit from this. And I also want our clients and your clients to benefit from this. So it talks about credit, it talks about debt, it kind of busts some myths about money. And I've been in the financial services industry for years. In fact, I was a loan officer. Before I was a real estate agent. And I thought I knew everything there was to know about money strategies until I learned about some of what they were doing. And I was like, what? And so then I did it because I wanted to see if it worked, and it worked for me. So I personally, basically the idea, you can do debt elimination. So a car loan, like I paid off my car loan in 70 days, which I have quite a bit of money on. I'm paying down my mortgages. I'm working to be debt free and have nothing. The only debt I have now is mortgages, but basically it's wealth building. It really is. And what happens is some of the people that I know that do this, that are agents, whether they're here in Hawaii or in other parts of the country, is if they're really savvy with a program like this and they utilize it and their clients utilize it, their clients now suddenly have the ability to buy multiple properties, and they do. So you can turn an investor or a client of yours that wants to be an investor into a multiple investor client. So I really, really encourage you to attend this today. And the link, so can you post the link? Oh, here, Latasha already did. Is that for today? Did you just post that, Latasha? So Latasha posted the link, and I don't know if it's a registration link or it just takes you to the Zoom at the time of 2 o'clock.
It takes you directly.
Okay, so you can copy that link, put that in your calendar at 2 o'clock today. It'll be an hour with Alan. Do it. That's all I'm going to tell you. So, okay. Next is, and then another thing. So I really wanted to share with you the things that I think are most important for you guys to attend that you can benefit from. That's one. The next one is, the next slide, please, is the listing clinic, which is coming up with Gene Rivers. So Gene Rivers, again, some of you have attended classes. He really is like the best instructor, one of the best instructors in the entire company. And this is Colette specifically hired him to teach this to you. So she hired him to do this for Hawaii and for Southern California. So Southern California is going to be on it too. So that's kind of a cool opportunity. And there will be up to, I mean, it can hold at this point up to 500 people, which I think that it will sell out unless they increase the number of people that they can take. But it's all about listings. Who wants to get more listings? I mean, who wants more listings? This is the class for that. This is literally about listings. So it is, and it's free to you. It's not normally free, meaning other people, if he was doing this and you were just paying as an agent, we literally paid for him. So you guys don't have to pay anything. So that registration, let me put that. I got that one.
I already did it. It's in the
Oh,
chat.
Latasha did it. She's so good. Okay, so that is February 3rd. You have time to plan for that. That's 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. our time. And very important class. Okay, the next one is, and I think this is the last training that I'm gonna share with you. This was something that was announced last week, Monday. I think I heard about it. Jay Papazan, who is the author of, he's the co-author of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, the Shift book, the One Thing. I mean, the guy is like everywhere. He's great. He is going to do this training that sounds awesome called Going Vertical. And it's January 20th. So it's tomorrow, and it's 8 a.m. and it's on either your KW Connect Live. You can log in there. Or if you want to attend and or invite other people to attend that are not in the company, you can go to the Facebook page that's called Pivot Shift Ahead. And you can, if you have, by the way, if you're not part of that page and you haven't joined it, join it, because it's a great page. He's going to also stream the class from there tomorrow. And he's just going to talk about different models to unlock your path to a limitless life. All want to experience. Okay, next up, Michelle. Michelle, you're up.
Well,
Updates?
we have a very filled meeting today.
Yes.
So much great content. I will be brief. I have 3 points I want to cover this morning. One is Happy New Year. We're starting out, we're mid-January now. It looks like it's going to be a phenomenal year. I just want to invite all of our agents. If you would like to set up one-on-one time with me, please text me or call me. I had an agent say to me yesterday, I didn't know I could do that. You can do it. I am making calls to agents and offering to meet with them, but I just thought this is an easy global way to talk to everyone. So if you don't have any issues, but you'd like to talk about your business, get to know me better, let me get to know you better, brainstorm on things we can do to help you and support your business, please call me. I'm going to set up 30-minute meetings with agents. So I would love to get you on my calendar. That's number one. Number two, as it's the beginning of the year, I just want to remind all of our agents of 2 of our current policies. One is around property management. So we do allow our agents to self-manage your own property if you live on the property. But if you have investments or rentals where you don't live on the property, please reach out to me so that we can ensure that you are compliant not only with our company policy, but with state of Hawaii law. And most specifically, that requirement is that we hold your security deposit in our trust account. So if you have any questions, you're unsure, you're unclear, just call me and we'll have a brief conversation and we'll figure it out together.
Thanks,
And then
Michelle. I
last-
also want to add why that's important too is regarding our E&O insurance. So we have certain clauses in our errors and omissions insurance related to property management. So we want to also make sure that we're all in alignment with that at any given time, which doesn't put you or us at risk. Thank you.
Correct.
Go
So
ahead.
trust accounts and E&O insurance. And this also speaks to the same thing on the last topic, which is commercial transactions. We are one of the few companies that allow residential agents to participate in commercial service to their clients under some caveats. And this is in our intranet under commercial, but just to briefly recap, if you have a lead for commercial transaction, that could be tenant representation on a lease. It could be landlord representation on a lease or sale, or representing a buyer on a commercial purchase. Or if the property you're looking at is mixed use or commercial in nature, please call me just so that we can take a look at it and evaluate it and give you proper guidance on how to move forward. We do allow you to do commercial in the following ways. You can refer it to me through the commercial division for assignment, and you'd receive 25%. You have no further involvement, and you just receive your referral just like a residential referral. Your second option is to co-represent the deal. And so I'm happy to do that with you. We have agents both on Maui and the Big Island, and we can set up a co-representation. And then your last option is to join the commercial division. Now, our division has undergone some restructuring nationally. Basically, at this point, we are accepting agents to join the commercial division who are going to make commercial a focus of their business, where you're spending at least half of your time in your commercial business. So you could do commercial and residential or commercial and luxury. And there's some
Residential, as it's called.
It's residential. So there's great trainings and support. And the reason for that is NAR's Code of Ethics requires you to be competent in the scope of services you're providing. And so you doing commercial is a great additional income source and stream to you under those 3 options. So again, reach out to me. Let's have a brief call. Let's decide what's going to work best for you, what you want your involvement to be, what your time allows, and we can move forward from there. So just quick reminders and a great invitation. I look forward to connecting with you.
Awesome. Thank you. Great updates, Michelle. So I think Nicole, I don't know if is she traveling again right now? So Miriam
No,
and
she's here on
Keone.
island.
Oh, is
I'm
she?
here.
Oh, Nicole's here?
I'm here.
Oh, I didn't see you. Oh, you're on Tim's
I'm on
Tim's thing. That's why.
computer, yes.
Sorry, I missed you.
We watch meetings together.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Oh, how cute. All right. So talk to us.
Okay, so I just have 2 quick things. First of all, we are in week 2 of Ignite. It's going wonderfully. I just wanted to let everybody know that we have actually incorporated the Oahu team So we've got a bunch of agents joining us that are new with Oahu, and it's been a lot of fun. So we're now covering, and we have a couple Kauai agents. So we have all the islands covered, which is very cool. So
Yay.
we're excited about that in Ignite right now. Number two, I would just wanted to share with everybody that the mentorship program, although we had a little bit of a setback with so many people having COVID, including myself. So we're still working on it. But we are going to be launching a mentorship program within the productivity coaching program. So if I have any experienced agents that want to give back and would like to be a part of that and potentially be a mentor, please reach out to me directly. Happy to communicate with you on what's going on there. And then we're just getting that going. So all of my PC agents, you'll be hearing from me as to what that option looks like and if it's something you want to partake in. So that's what we're basically focusing on. And then, yeah. That's what I got going on.
Awesome. Thank you for the update. Okay, next, let's just talk about family reunion for a minute. Let's play the video. I don't know if you can hear it. Oh, you got to share well, it's music. It's not critical. It's really cool music. Just, yeah, it's like loud and bumping. All right. So, thank you. So family reunion. All right, let's go to the next slide. Tickets are still available. You can get them for in-person or virtual. So Chloe, you can skip ahead to the next slide, which has it just says tickets on sale now. Okay, thank you. So if you have not yet registered, if you are going in person and have not yet registered, please do that because you need to register to be able to then book your hotel, and the hotels are filling up. It's going to be kind of nuts. They are taking precautions, although those of you who are not comfortable traveling, which I know some of you aren't, and some of you specifically said you didn't want to go to Florida, there's going to be 10,000 people there. So possibly more. So keep that in mind. If you do not want to do that and you want to attend the sessions virtually and know that some of them are going to be very early, which are the ones that are really, really important for you to attend, which is like the vision of the state of the company that Gary gives a vision speech and he gives a state of the company. There's also a guest speaker author that they just announced. There's so just register online for an online version or register for the in-person version. So Latasha, maybe put the online version link in the chat box so people can register for that. Because I think the in-person version is like, they were doing an early bird special, it was like $1,000 instead of $1,299. And then the virtual version, I think is like, what is it, $199? It's $199. A lot of great breakouts, a lot of panels. We might have some agents participating on the panels. Some of the breakout sessions, we're just not sure yet. They haven't finalized the breakout sessions. You can also go to the website and take a look. All right, family reunion. Excited about that. All right, next is, so this is, I think this is on your KW Connect, and this is just talking about no ceilings. And there is an exercise that you can do. So Latasha, can I ask you to put the top 4 sheet, just download it if you don't have it, into the chat box so those guys can look at that. So this is something that we're not going to do at this moment in the training, but I want you to, this was an exercise that came out of this conversation about no ceilings. The idea is we want you to focus on the right activities that are going to bring you the most business. And so Jay Papazan also talks about this. And it's kind of like a self-study program that's available that's on like generating leads and business, which is in your KW Connect. So if you go to the no ceilings page in KW Connect, it has the information on the content of what they're providing, and you can download that and you can participate in that. And then there's also this exercise or activity for the top 4 sheet, which Latasha, if you're looking at the slides, you can see the link of the top 4 sheet below that. Mine is not clickable, so I can't download it, upload it into the thing, but yours should be. Let me know if you find
Give me a
that, because I
minute.
want to show them.
Yeah. I have to get out of this and go to something else. Hold on.
Okay, so I'll have her put that in there and then just download that, you guys, and open it and use it for an exercise. It's a really good exercise about leads. And the other thing I wanted to remind you of is in the chat, those of you who don't know this, or like maybe you were driving for part of this meeting and now you're in front of your computer. Oh, actually you wouldn't be able to do it because you would only be able to do what was showing in the chat box. All right, those of you who are sitting in front of your computer and you want to save any of the links and stuff that were in the chat box, there's a 3 dots where you can type a message in to the chat box and it says save. It should say save chat, and you can save your chat. So that way you can go back and look at this stuff in case you missed it. I don't know if you know that. I remember when that was shown to me and I was like, oh, that's awesome. All right, so I'm going to go on as Latasha's kind of looking for that sheet, and then we'll come back to that in a minute. So, and I think Latasha, this is kind of to segue you into your section in talking about the command and technology. So part of that level up your lead generation, no ceilings process is uploading your goals, inputting your goals into command for 2022. So you actually have a really cool dashboard that checks. So if you say, I want to make $250,000 this year in GCI, you put your goals in there, and then your command dashboard will show you where you're at with your pipeline and how much money you're likely to earn based on the data that they have. So it's kind of a cool process. And I know, Latasha, you kind of teach that in some of the training classes. So go ahead and thank you for linking that sheet in there. So I'll let you guys look at that on your own. And then I'm going to let you take it away, Latasha, and go through the last section to close us out with some cool info. We're on time, actually. We're like exactly on time, I think. Pretty cool.
So Chloe, if you go to the next slide for me, please. So if you did not attend or watch the recording, Lee Potts did an amazing job. It was our first of the year Command Fundamentals, and we featured Lee, and he shared some phenomenal tips on leveraging listings. So it is already on our YouTube channel. So if you haven't watched it, please do so. I also had a PowerPoint presentation along with that, just about some marketing tips. So after you watch that, if you want to get a copy of that, I did send it out to everyone that registered. But if you didn't receive it and want to receive the PowerPoint in terms of the marketing tips that go along with leveraging listings, email me.
You want that?
Oh.
They want that.
Yes.
They
okay.
do want
so
that.
I will send that out. So
I'm just saying, I'm telling them they want to get that from you because it's very valuable.
Yes. It was, I think it was also, I put it in the Tech Chronicles last Thursday, but I'll make sure it's in there. And then I will also put it in Facebook everywhere I can think of to make sure everyone has access to it. Next slide. So just a reminder, I know this is a project that's dear and near to Lisa's heart, database management pilot program. And so we are entering our final month, which will be the end of February next month, believe it or not. And so what I wanted to do was have a training to how to maximize the last, I believe it's 45 days we have left on the pilot program. So that training will be tomorrow from 10 to 10:45. And it'll just be some nuggets that I worked with Scott Leroy on to help you maximize that program, and or if you're doing it on your own in terms of managing your database. It's a great class. If you can't attend, it will be recorded. Next slide. This is leveraging database. So this is the actual class. So just a reminder, it will talk about 4 key things or 3 key things. What is database management? Contacts and trigger best practices, and also smart plan best practices. So it'll give you a guide sheet to how to leverage or be successful in database management. Next slide. So here are the rewards. So you guys are crushing it every month. We do have a perfect score as it relates to our vital signs, but we are just increasing our engagement with agents. And most importantly, it's reflected in those agents that are using Command in terms of their production. So for contacts, again, we're at 5 out of 5, which is amazing. Our top 3 platinum, Tyler Coons, Michelle is gaining ground, and Chris Rios. Gold, this has been a category that's been shifting the last couple months. So Billy is still in first place. Mick St. John actually overtook Jill. So Jill, just FYI. So keep rocking it in terms of the platinum and gold. And next we'll have our next categories for contacts. So this is the silver. And again, this is also fluctuating. So Teresa was number 2 last month. She is now number 1 in the silver category. And Steve dropped down a little bit to number 2. And then we have a new one for number 3, Benjamin. So you guys are awesome at getting those contacts in command and actually working them. And then our bronze, Leola was actually in number 2 last month. And now Estelle is number 2. And Bob moved up. So congratulations to everyone. Next slide. So smart plans, if you click it one more time, it'll give us our stats in terms of our score and then our percentage. I believe it's 5 out of 5 and 39%, which we increased a 1%. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but that's huge when it comes to the vital signs. So agents are continuing to not only use smart plans, but continuing to add more. And those that are not using them are also beginning to use them. So they work. They are the most reliable applet in command, and it works. So reach out to us if you need any help on that. And I think there's one more slide or 2 more. So these are opportunities. So we actually have a new person at number 3. So Rochelle Augustine Kaili and Rochelle Homes and Chocolate. They were still number 1 at 411. Todd Hudson, 808 team are at 217 with an increase of 16. And Lee Potts, Aloha Group, they have overtaken the number 3 spot with 129. So awesome job to our teams. We also do have a few people that are not on teams, but individuals that are also really giving Lee Potts and Aloha Group a run for their money. So we'll see what happens next month. Next slide, please.
Ooh, keep us hanging. I love it. Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you, Latasha. Thank you, Chloe, for the slides, and Shelby and everybody for your contribution today. You guys are awesome. And I look forward to seeing you next week's company huddle. And then our next team meeting, we'll have a special guest for you. So thank you. Have a great rest of your week. And we will see you soon. And I'll see you the leadership and executive team are meeting at our next right now. All right. Bye, you guys. Thank you. Liza, good to see your sweet face.
Latasha, are you still on? Liza, good to see you. Celeste, Joanne, Sherry, Jean, Howard Stock, good to see you. Everyone have a great week.
Do I stay on this or just jump on ALC?
Not an ALC meeting yet, 12:30.
Okay. Aloha.
Aloha.